Something that's kind of really gross is candida overgrowth. And candida is like yeast, and that's kind of what you get when you like have a yeast infection for a girl. And guys can also get a form of a yeast infection. So we all have this bacteria inside of us, and it can become overgrown, like the bacteria, because most of our cells are actually bacteria within our body. Isn't there something like, what's the percentage of cells that are like bacteria in our body? Do you know that? It's like, if it becomes overgrown, you can get a whole bunch of issues that you don't exhibit themselves in the way that you would normally think, like a cold or something like that. So some of the symptoms can be gaining weight, craving sugar, because your body is made up of this like bacteria. It craves sugar, so you could be craving sugar. Also depression, because it kind of messes with your thyroid gland, which is like what I'm going to talk about later. But the candida affects all of that, and you might not even know about it, and the only way to solve it is to change the way you eat. You can't take like a bunch of antibacterials. I mean, you can't take antibiotics and just get rid of it right away, because it would just fuck up everything. So the only way to do it is change how you eat. The next thing is thyroid disease. I think like people know about thyroid disease, like people have thyroid cancer and stuff, but not a lot of people know exactly what the thyroid gland is. Your thyroid is here, like under your neck, and I don't know if you have ever gotten this, but whenever I get a sore throat, I can see my tonsils like swelling up, and that's where your kind of thyroid is, and I can even see like the thyroid gland swelling up. So it causes so many weird symptoms that you might not know about, but kind of affect a lot of people in their daily lives. So it can cause muscular weakness and constant fatigue, sensitivity to cold, thick puffy skin or dry skin, slowed mental processes or poor memory, constipation, swelling of your thyroid, and then a bunch of just other kind of like weird common things like weight loss in spite of increased appetite, restlessness, anxiety and sleeplessness, and profuse sweating and heat intolerance. So like those are kind of weird things that you wouldn't really connect with your diet. But actually those are what can happen when you have a thyroid problem, and a thyroid problem is caused by things in your diet. That's why people who are severely obese have thyroid problems, or they blame thyroid problems, but your thyroid problem is due to your diet. It's not something that your doctor can just fix. Then, on top of hyperthyroidism and candida issues, you can get, like this can be a all-in-one kind of thing, or you can get one, but they're all connected, is adrenal fatigue. So your adrenal glands your adrenal glands help your body function when it's under stress. So it controls your body when it's under a stressful situation. Adrenal fatigue is when your adrenal glands function below the necessary level. So you kind of become unable to process stress within your body. And stress would mean actual stress, like if you're stressed out about school, or it can mean stuff like immune stress, that you've been sick for a long time, or like your body is having to deal with a lot of what's that word when you go into a car accident and a lot of...
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
It's a trauma, when you go through a lot of trauma. So someone who maybe had just gone through like a traumatic incident, like a car accident, you can get adrenal fatigue because your body is stressed out. And it causes a lot of like symptoms that a lot of people have, I think, on their daily life, and it's kind of sad. Like when people have depression, they take things for depression, but these are the symptoms. You feel tired for no reason. You have trouble getting up in the morning, even when you go to bed at a reasonable hour. You are feeling run down or overwhelmed. You have difficulty bouncing back from stress or illness. You crave salty and sweet snacks. You feel more awake, alert, energetic after 6 p.m. than you do all day. So like those are kind of like weird things that like I felt like I was going through a lot. Like as a teenager, It's a lot more like common for people to feel like that, like tired all the time and trouble getting up in the morning. But these could be things that are caused by adrenal fatigue, and adrenal fatigue is caused by overall unhealthiness, maybe due to your diet. So a lot of people don't put any importance on their diet in their life, and that's fine to do that. You know, you can live your own life. Like, the more I've realized that a lot of my psychological things, like being depressed and stuff, was due to not being healthy, then I kind of understood that my food directly affects how I view life. You have to start looking inwards, like to your body, because it's a part of you. It's not just your brain. You can't just fix depression just through taking a pill that blocks serotonin in your brain. It's just your brain, and you're manipulating your brain. But when you are actually healthy and your whole body is healthy, your brain is gonna function at its regular. At a healthy way. It's gonna function the way it should for you to be happy or healthy or just a functional human being. I don't know. But that's why I care so much about health. Even though I'm interested in other things, like health and looking up things about health are a huge part of my life, because I want to know about these things, because I feel like they affect a lot of people. Like, I think about my family when I look up things about health now, because it affects everyone. Everyone wants to be healthy. But yeah, so that's all. Peace.
I'm a bad bitch, I'm attractive, I'm fantastic.